Hey, it's Doc Jen, and I want to go through a little mobility flow that I love to do either in the morning or in the evening, or just to kind of downregulate my system. And really, this is like the most relaxing mobility flow that I think is so great to hit so many different parts of the body. We're going to open up the chest, we're going to open up the back, and even open up the hip flexors and the hips. And I'm going to use this yoga bolster. This is called the yoga bolster from Brentwood Homes. And I'm going to drop the link below so that you can click on that link and grab it as well. It's part of the yoga bundle that they have. Truly one of the most relaxing things that we have in our household, and I come back to on a daily basis because of the way that this pillow is made and just the compression that you're able to get into your body and just completely relax over it. However, if you don't have this right now, you can use like a thick pillow or a couple pillows kind of stacked, or even just a foam roller would be great. Okay. So I'm going to tilt this and go into a pec stretch to start. So this is one of my favorite things to do always. We work in a very rounded posture most of the time. Most of us are bent over a computer or bent over a person working or just bent over our phones. And so we spend a lot of time in like a forward hunched posture. And so spending time also reversing that posture and getting into an opening is so important. So literally just kind of football post arms and letting this just relax. You can point your knees together, and I want you to take really deep breaths from this rib cage here. So I want you to feel like, pretend someone is pushing your rib cage together, and you're going to breathe into that pressure. So you want to breathe in from that low rib cage, relax that belly, and breathe out. And with each slow breath out, I want you to feel those arms getting even heavier toward the floor. Okay, really just relaxing here. After we've done at least 3 to 5 slow, deep breaths there, we're going to start floor angels, okay? So this is just going to kind of gently run your nails along the floor, kind of going down, and then coming over, and then coming back down. Keeping those elbows bent, keeping that chest open. We're just making it a little bit more active, but still keeping or allowing gravity to do the work here. Okay, we're just going to do about 5. Nice and slow, really focusing on your breath. Whenever we're doing mobility, the most important thing that we can do for our body is to remember the breath. So nice, slow breathing, really long, slow exhales, and allowing that body to relax. Then we're going to go over to the side and do an open book. So I'm going to come and allow my leg to just drape over here. Allow my head to relax. If it's not comfortable to have your head on the floor, you can prop it up on something a little bit higher. We're going to reach forward, rounding into that upper back, and then pull that shoulder blade back and open. Now, when you open, you want to still feel that chest kind of open and relax, but keep that knee locked down over that bolster, and then reaching forward, breathing out, and opening. And we're just going to do 5 on each side. Now I'm going to stay on this side. Unfortunately, I'm not going to go to the other side because I have a mic pack and a mic that will get a little bit disturbed if I lay on that side. So I want you to do 5 on each side. Okay. And I'll make sure I just do 10 here. So always setting it up, allowing that leg to relax. And if your leg wants to move, if that hip wants to move, then just bring that bottom hand and lock it down. Okay. You can also take that foot. So whatever you can do to kind of try to relax the body. We're not trying to create pressure here. We're trying to create elongation and relaxation. That's really important here as we move through this mobility. Breathing in, opening that back side of the body, breathing out, opening the front side. Okay, allowing that rib cage to do the work as we're breathing in, breathing out. That's where our respiratory diaphragm is rests underneath this rib cage. So we want it to relax. We want it to move. So we need that rib cage to move. And what you'll notice, hopefully, maybe it's not enough with just 5, but you'll notice that just from doing those, you're already starting to open up that upper back and gain more range of motion from that relaxation, from the breath, and from the mobility that we're doing. Okay, then we're going to take this and we're going to switch it over to the side now, and I'm going to go into my upper back. So this is like the same as doing again, like you're on a foam roller. We're going to take the hands, interlace them, and then just open nice and gentle. Make sure that you're not too much in the low back. So go on to the upper back more if you need to. Breathing and relaxing. So take a breath. And then come up and fold over again. Take a breath. And you can find different spots. So feel free to move down a little bit, move up a little bit, just making sure that we're not just arching into the low back. So don't let those hip bones come forward. Keep a little bit of a round, almost like you're tucking the tailbone underneath you. Okay. Now I'm not going to move quite as much. I'm going to kind of stay put in this spot because I have, again, a mic pack that's kind of restricting me. But we just want to make sure, breathing, relaxing, and at least doing 5. So each time you kind of mobilize, you find a spot, you take a deep breath, and you allow that pressure to release. Okay, after about 5, we're now going to move this down even lower. So we're going to come to our hips here now. So I'm going to move this underneath my hips, coming down. And I want to get a gentle rock into my pelvis area. So I'm going to lift my knees. And what's great about this bolster is I can also just hold it from the sides. And I really want to make sure that the bolster is right on my tailbone. So not my low back, but just my tailbone area. And I'm going to gently tilt forward and back. Just getting some gentle rocks, almost trying to just let gravity take you. So your legs will kind of guide, but your body isn't forcefully doing anything. We're just kind of letting the knees allow your body to move. So a little bit more unstable if you're on a foam roller, but you can still try to hold the sides of the foam roller and not allow too much motion here. We're just gently rocking and tilting into that sacrum area, that SI that kind of gets really irritated and angry at us if we're sitting all day long. So getting some movement back into that tailbone area is so crucial. So we're just doing about 10 of those. Nice and slow breathing, still always remembering that the breath is what's guiding and opening and mobility. So we want to always guide through that breath. And then I'm going to move it underneath my hips just a little bit more. And bring your knees up, hold on to one knee, and then allow the other leg to just relax. So I want this leg kind of straight, but just relaxing. And now I want you to guide your breath into this hip bone here. Low into that belly, breathing out and letting it relax. We're just going to do 3 really slow breaths in each side. Breathing in. Breathing out, one more. And we automatically got a gentle stretch in your hip flexor without digging, without forcing anything. So again, I'm keeping my hip bone and kind of fixated here. So my leg has to stretch. My back is still kind of, neutral. So it's not extended. So the only thing that's really stretching here is my hip flexor. And when I use my breath in conjunction, so hopefully you're doing your slow breathing right now as I'm talking. When you're using your breath in conjunction, there is a connection from our respiratory diaphragm that connects down into our psoas muscle, this hip flexor muscle. So when we use that slow breathing coming into that low rib cage belly region, we help not only to relax the muscle so we can gain that range, but we actually talk to that hip flexor a little bit more. So again, we don't need to dig. We don't need to do anything aggressive into the hip flexor. This is the perfect way to just let the glute relax, let the leg relax, and over time, you'll start to notice that there's an opening in that hip flexor. Okay? Then we'll gently come out. So I like to move the bolster first, roll to the side because we're doing everything nice and relaxed right now, right? So we don't want to do anything crazy. And now last thing that I'm going to do is just kind of getting into an opening in that upper back. So I'm going to place my forearms onto the bolster and then just relax in that upper back, round in the back and relax. And again, because this isn't a foam roller, there's not too much pressure onto my forearms. It's nice and relaxing. It might be a little bit harder on a foam roller. You want to make sure that that roller doesn't roll away from you, right? We're just breathing, relaxing just about 5 times. And then you're going to tuck those knees underneath you. And we're going to come into child's pose and just relaxing. Let that head fall. And if you can, let that head relax all the way to the ground. If you need to, you can always move the bolster away a little bit more and relax. Okay. Breathing into your legs, making sure that that belly is working, the rib cage is pumping, and you're relaxing the body. And you should feel nice and just, hopefully you're still in child's pose. I'm just going to come up and talk to you. So stay in child's pose. I want you to just continue to focus on down regulating, thanking your body for all the things it does for us all day long. We have to be forward and work on our computer, work on our phones in order to live, and that's okay, right? So we just want to take the opportunities when we can to relax, to open, and to thank our bodies for all the work that it does. And this is our way of being able to give back to our body. Now, if you enjoyed this, let me know, comment below. And again, you can get this yoga bolster or any of the yoga bundle really from Brentwood Home. Just click the link below and check it out. If you love what you're learning, don't forget there's so much more that I have in store. So hit that subscribe button, check out the other videos so that you don't miss anything and you continue to learn and feel amazing within your body.